Welcome to WagerTalk TV. I am Kelly Stewart, Kelly in Vegas on Twitter. Today I'm joined by Ralph Michaels at CalSportsLV and Brian Leonard at B Leonard Sports. We're going to talk about a really fun matchup here in the SEC. LSU headed to play the Auburn Tigers, 9.5-point favorites. I'm not so sure how I feel about this one. I love making a good case for the Dogs. I was really impressed with the LSU Tigers against the Miami Hurricanes a couple of weeks ago. Auburn sure looked good, you know, beating up on a couple of cupcakes there. Your thoughts on this one, Brian Leonard?
Well, I think Auburn, a lot of people are talking Auburn right now as being the hot team. But if you watch that game against Washington, Washington actually, I thought, played the better game. Auburn came out with the victory, and that's all people remember. But LSU, I think that was more Miami not playing well than it was LSU. And, you know, in this series has been a home-dominated series. I believe the last 18 games, 16 have been won by the home team, including the last 5. But this line's pretty high because the last 5 games have been 7.5 points or less. And that's my concern here is you get 9.5 points in what is considered to be a low-scoring game. It's hard to pass that up. If it gets to 10, I think I'm a buyer.
Ralph, I'm going to kick it to you as the numbers guy. I have to agree with Brian here. I think this line is a little steep, so I'm going to kick it to the numbers guy, Ralph. Ralph, are we laying about 1.5 too many points with Auburn here?
I don't think so. You know, I think it's a situation where if you look at last year's game, Auburn was a 7-point favorite at LSU. They dominated that game 20-0. A couple turnovers happened. They ended up losing that game outright, which gives them a revenge mode this year. And then you look at what's happened. Yes, Auburn played Washington, and the game was a toss-up type game. Anyone could have won. But Washington's a much better team than Miami was in a setting that helps Auburn move forward. Now, you look at what Miami did against LSU, and people remember the final score, but that game was not very productive. They had under 300 total yards. I think they had 15 or 16 first downs in that game. Joey Burrows played Miami of Florida and Southeast Louisiana. Joey Burrow is completing 48% this year. That's not going to get it done against an Auburn D-line, which is behind OSU, Ohio State, and Clemson. Auburn's D-line is probably the next best in all of football. So to me, LSU is plus 5 turnovers the first few games. They're fortunate. People think the scores relate to how they played on the field. I don't think so. I like the Auburn Tigers here.
All right. I don't know, Brian. I go back and forth whether I like Ed Ogeron or not. Sometimes I think he's got what it takes to be a good coach, and then I see second halves like we did against Miami where he kind of just sat on a lead, and I thought maybe had a chance to, you know, cough up a win or cough up a loss there. But are you leaning one way or another in this one?
Yeah, if it gets to 10, I'll play LSU. And he was the first one to tell me about Burrows coming from Ohio State. He didn't think he was very good. So he said that before the season even started. So I understand his point there. But hey, we'll have to wait and see. It's just ingrained in me in a low-scoring game. If you can get double digits, I'll take it.
All right, good stuff, guys. Get 7 days of either Brian Leonard or Ralph Michaels' personal selections for less than $10 a day when using coupon code BR7 on a 7-day all-access. Also, get $25 in wager bucks added to your account after your first purchase at WagerTalk.com.